When you think of Easter eggs in popular culture, you tend to think of them being included in movies, and rightfully so, as movies are full of fun references and nods these days. But television shows are also starting to get in on the act. You can often find sneaky inclusions or even explicit mentions of other franchises in television series. As one of the most popular movie franchises of all time and an important part of pop culture history, Star Wars is one of the most often referenced franchises in fiction. Here, we'll list 10 examples in which that's been the case on the small screen. Good. So please, watch our video, subscribe to our channel, and keep checking Screen Rant for more great videos in the same mold as this one. Here are 10 popular TV shows that reference Star Wars.
Ads in, look!
Family Guy. How could we make a video about TV shows that reference Star Wars without mentioning Seth MacFarlane's brilliant Family Guy? As well as multiple references in the regular shows, it also goes without saying that the animated series about the Griffin family and their friends and associates has full-on parodied Star Wars on more than one occasion in the form of Laugh It Up, Fuzzball, The Family Guy trilogy. The first of the trilogy was 2007's Blue Harvest, which was followed by 2009's Something 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 Dark Side, and 2010's It's a Trap. It's a retelling of the original Star Wars trilogy with Family Guy characters as Star Wars characters, such as Peter Griffin as Han Solo, Stewie Griffin as Darth Vader, Brian Griffin as Chewbacca, and Chris Griffin as Luke Skywalker. If you haven't seen the trilogy already, watch it. It's superb. American Dad. Predictably, given that it's also a Seth MacFarlane show, and he's clearly a fan of the franchise, American Dad has also made a number of references to Star Wars over the years. While it hasn't explicitly parodied the franchise like Family Guy has, it's certainly been mentioned in the show a lot. Examples include Steve Smith's ongoing interest in the franchise, Stan Smith confusing Star Wars with Star Trek, Stan meeting the internet phenomenon known as Star Wars Kid at a convention that also included characters dressed as stormtroopers and Ewoks, and Steve having 2 assistants dressed like Princess Leia in her slave girl outfit. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Phase 2 movies of the Marvel Cinematic Universe all had a recurring Easter egg that was a nod to the Star Wars franchise. Characters would lose a hand or arm, just like Luke Skywalker did in 1980's The Empire Strikes Back. The likes of Aldrich Killian in Iron Man 3 and Ulysses Klaue in Avengers Age of Ultron are examples of that. But it also extended to the MCU's television spin-off Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Phil Coulson asked Mac to amputate his lower arm to prevent further petrification caused by a Terrigen crystal in the Season 2 finale SOS, and he now has a prosthetic hand, which is also like Luke Skywalker. Doctor Who. Doctor Who is among the most likely television shows to reference Star Wars, given the space settings in each franchise, so it's no surprise that there was a cool reference in one episode of the show. It came in Face the Raven, the 10th episode of the 9th series of the show's modern run, and it came in the form of an odd-looking box in the background. There was a bizarre language written on the box, which actually turned out to be Arabesh, the standard language in the Star Wars universe. Even more interestingly, fans of Star Wars have deciphered it, and it actually says DeLorean, which means it doubles up as a Back to the Future Easter egg too.
Back to the Future!
The Simpsons. We now come to another classic animated series in the form of The Simpsons. Matt Groening must also be a big fan of the Star Wars franchise, as The Simpsons is absolutely teeming with references to it. So let's get to a few of them without further ado. The first ever Treehouse of Horror episode saw Lisa snooping around Kang and Kodos' ship. The ship itself and the music playing at the time were very reminiscent of the halls of the Death Star and Luke Skywalker's theme from the first Star Wars movie. In the episode Lisa the Beauty Queen, Lisa tried a few different hairstyles, one of which was Princess Leia's. In the episode Burns Baby Burns, Darth Vader's mask could be seen in Springfield's costume shop. And in The Last Temptation of Crust, the Jabba the Hutt coffee house was an obvious reference to Jabba the Hutt. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Joss Whedon's classic television show Buffy the Vampire Slayer had a lot of references to Star Wars, with Nicholas Brendan's Xander Harris and the Evil Trio in particular being huge fans of the franchise, as they quoted and referred to it on many occasions. But they weren't the only characters to do so. Faith, Ben, and a number of other characters made references to the franchise, while Spike even referred to Angel as his Yoda in the episode School Hard. It should also be noted that the spin-off show Angel had a number of Star Wars references, such as Charles Gunn referring to Angelus as Darth Vampire in the episode Cavalry. The Buffy the Vampire Slayer theme tune was also notably performed by the band Nerf Herder, who were named after Princess Leia's comment to Han Solo in The Empire Strikes Back.
Scruffy-looking Nerf Herder!
Who's scruffy looking?
Firefly. Joss Whedon must have a thing for Star Wars, because Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel weren't the only shows of his to reference the epic sci-fi franchise. The short-lived Firefly series did too. In the pilot episode, when Inara is docking the shuttle, an Imperial shuttle from Star Wars flies overhead. Also, in the episode Shindig, just as the camera pans down to the crew in the streets, you can see the Star Wars ship known as the Starlight Intruder. This ship isn't from the Star Wars movies, but it is from the Dark Horse Comics Star Wars meta-series from the 1990s entitled Dark Empire. South Park. Trey Parker and Matt Stone, like previous show creators in this video, are quite obviously huge Star Wars fans, because their brilliant animated series South Park contains countless references to the franchise. Here are just a few examples. The character of George Lucas appears on more than one occasion in the show. In the episodes Free Hat and The China Problem, for example, Chef is turned into a cyborg called Darth Chef in The Return of Chef. Luke Skywalker is seen as a member of the Council of Nine in Imagination Land Episode 2, and stormtroopers are seen murdering the Lollipop King in Imagination Land Episode 3. The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is arguably the most popular television show on the small screen right now, so it's only fitting that it should reference one of the most popular movie franchises of all time in Star Wars, and it has. That being said, The Walking Dead is unique on this list in the sense that the references don't come from in the show itself. One of them was on Twitter, when the show's official account tweeted a mashup poster of the two franchises and prompted fans to reply with similar crossovers. Additionally, on Red Nose Day in 2016, NBC aired a sketch that saw the Walking Dead cast spoofing the classic Star Wars Christmas special, a sketch that even featured two actors playing Han Solo. The Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory's four main characters, Leonard Hofstadter, Sheldon Cooper, Howard Wolowitz, and Rajesh Kruthapalli, are all huge fans of all things sci-fi, and that undoubtedly includes Star Wars. So we could be on all day with the number of Star Wars references in the show. With that in mind, we're only going to mention the best one. It happened after Sheldon's childhood hero, Bob Newhart's Arthur Jeffries, who played kids' TV character Professor Proton, had sadly passed away. Professor Proton's ghost returns as a Jedi, dressed in full Jedi garb, to give Sheldon some advice in the opening night excitation episode, the one in which Sheldon wants to watch The Force Awakens, incidentally. Thanks for watching our video about 10 popular TV shows that reference Star Wars. Can you think of any other TV shows with Star Wars references in them? Have your say in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one.